I'll watch it, but I'll be looking forward to seeing what they come up with. It was funny. It was a talk in the QB room. It was like who's going to change and who's not when the cameras go on. You know, just in the locker room, and no one's really changed, which I'm proud of.
And while many think players like Devin Witherspoon or A.J. Barner will be the big stars on HBO Hard Knocks, Darnold thinks it will actually be the head man himself.
The head ball coach, Mike, I think he'll shine bright on Hard Knocks just for people to kind of see his personality and his personality come to life. I think is because he's a great guy. Obviously, we know him. We know who he is as our head coach and as a person, and I think for the entire world to see that is going to be really cool.
Well, it'll be fun to watch tonight. HBO Hard Knocks premieres tonight. And while HBO is already busy working on the next episode, head coach Mike Macdonald is keeping busy at training camp. Mike's always working to help his team improve, but he is feeling good about his offensive line this season.
Yeah, the Seahawks return all 5 starters on their offensive line, featuring Charles Cross, Gray Zabel, and Abe Lucas. Lucas, healthy, looking good. This was from yesterday's practice. The former Archbishop Murphy star and Washington State Cougar was asked about having all 5 starters back and about the guy he lines up next to, Anthony Bradford.
I think it's pretty night and day from where we started at last year. Speaking for myself, it's much more confident in the play calling and in running the plays, just because, when we were starting up last year, you're still kind of learning to all the calls and the adjustments, and then going out and executing all of them after, a day of install. And now we've had basically a whole year of install with, obviously, Coach Fleury's offense is a little bit different, but a lot of carryover, so it makes it a little bit easier.
Especially, you've been working with Anthony Bradford as well, kind of next to you for a couple of years now. How much does that help, just kind of having the continuity in unit?
It's great. It's good to know the kind of style of play that I'm going to be lining up against, and AB keeps getting better, so I'm excited to see what he can do this year.
Now look at Abe Lucas, the big old beard. The size of that guy alone is intimidating. Then he had the neck roll on him.
Yeah.
And he is a monster when he goes out there.
What was it, Brock Hewitt thought he was like a cyborg when he comes off the field?
That's a great way to describe it. He talks about Anthony Bradford. He has looked good at camp so far, entering the final year of his rookie contract. So this is an important season for Bradford. Yeah. Over the past 2 seasons, he's had some ups and downs. We know that. He struggled with penalties in 2024, committing 10. But according to reports, the right guard job seemingly belongs to Bradford right now, as 5th-round draft pick Bo Stevens continues to learn the ropes. And there's also good news, Chris, on the receiver front.
Yeah, second-year man Torrey Horton avoided the PUP list after practicing during the spring following off-season leg surgery. The 5th-round pick from Colorado State, 5 touchdowns during his first 8 games, also scored a 95-yard touchdown on a punt return. He showed some stuff. After a Week 9 game against Washington, Horton found out he cracked his tibia. He was hopeful to return for the playoffs, but his shin did not heal in time. Now he is healthy, he's learning, and he is ready to roll.
Yeah, I just feel like it's a lot more mental focus on, how I approach things. I feel like, just going out there playing every single snap like it's my last, because just having some cut so short so quick, you kind of look at that and take it for granted of I wish I could have done more. I wish I could have did this. And, of course, everyone want to make the most out of the opportunities. And, I feel like it just takes me to the next level of just how dialed in you got to be, on yourself and on your body to, make sure you're in the right, condition and shape, and just trying to make sure you just, as stable and, just as, just as in sync as you could be, just go out there and compete every day.
Could be a fun season with Rashid Shaheed and him. You got a couple burners going down the field right there. Then you throw in JSN, your offensive player of the year, the veteran Cooper Kupp, and then the tight end room's pretty good too, Paul.
Yeah, that receiver room, like you said, is ridiculous if they can stay healthy. That's the biggest thing with Horton. If he can stay healthy, man, he could be a real weapon in his second year. All right, tight end Elijah Arroyo, as you alluded to, has been part of that big, strong tight end group that the Seahawks team has right now, and Arroyo has been getting a lot of praise at camp. He had a strong weekend, limited with a knee injury last season, but he is similar in size to A.J. Barner, 6'5", 250. So that, Chris, could be a strong 1-2 punch at tight end.
Yeah, ESPN's Brady Henderson said Elijah on Saturday had the best practice he has seen from any player at camp so far. Second-year tight end has stacked up some good days so far at camp.
Yeah, I feel like I've just been doing a good job of trying to take advantage of my opportunities. And, you know, with more, as long as you keep doing that, more opportunities will continue to come. I feel like the game has just slowed down for me a little bit. Just being able to read the coverages, just know what's going on in front of me. I feel good out here competing with the guys every day. It's making me excited for the season. Last year's last year. We have a whole new goal this year.
There you go. Last year, new goal ahead. He's keeping with the theme from Coach McDonald.
Yeah, they all are. They're all bought in out there. But when you talk about the injuries and the things that these guys have been dealing with, Arroyo had some problems last year with injury. So I think these guys go into their rookie season and they have to realize how to take care of their bodies. Torrey Horton, not quite sure. You know, of course, he had the cracked tibia, but he had other issues as well. Nick Eamon-Warrior, another guy who has to learn how to take care of his body as he goes into his second season. We haven't seen much of him at camp this year, but we will see him tonight on HBO Hard Knocks. HBO dropped a teaser of episode 1, and it includes a conversation Nick had with Coach McDonald.
And you are going to fall in love with Coach. If you don't love him already, and I don't know why you wouldn't, because he brought this city another Super Bowl championship, but it's a 1-minute conversation. You know, Nick goes in there, Paul, not to give too much away. He's talking about the injury, whether he should go on the PUP list or not, and basically, I'm going to let you watch it tonight. I mean, it just fired me up. I mean, I want to play for this guy. I'm too old to play for him, Paul, but I would love to play for him.
Well, I think you're right. Like, they just tease you with these conversations because they have cameras all over the Virginia Mason Athletic Center out there. They're inside these meeting rooms. You're hearing stuff that we'll never get as members of the media. So it is a cool thing, and it's extra cool when it's in your town. Again, Seahawks debut on this program. And listen, in recent years, even the crew admits it's been a tiresome, kind of a tired program. They needed a little rejuvenation, and they're getting it with their visit to Seattle.
Well, the city of Seattle looked good on the world stage with the World Cup in Seattle, and they're going to look awfully good tonight. I'm throwing it out there right now. First shot, bald eagle, rolling into practice.
And if it's not, we're both going to be very surprised tomorrow morning. Yes.